Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This time to actually show off this new Gilgamesh showing up in co-ops thing. Because depending on which stage you go in actually affects whether he can appear or not. Like here, normally the three waves are the dinosaurs, the bees, and then into the sharks. But I believe he has about a 70% chance of showing up in the second wave instead of the bees if you play as Cosmos. But if you're in Chaos, he is always there in the second wave, no matter what. But since I couldn't do a Lufenia run video because getting somewhat close to running out of space, nuked my file, and that's no bueno. So I'm going to attempt to show off solo in this myself. I got my Layle, he has his LD, Kais has LD, and Kurasame. Well, he's got his LD and everything too. And just jump in. A thing to keep in mind is you generally are going to want to have your summon charged by the second wave, or a burst user if you're just not a team of Tifas anyway. Because when Gilgamesh shows up, he does not show up for very long. He is only there for about 5 turns. And of those 5 turns, you have to be able to do around 2 million damage. So if you have a burst user, I highly suggest burst in, or using up a summon phase. Well, that was lucky. Now I'm taking this first wave slowly, so I can basically just build up a summon meter. So we have our summon set up for the next round. Here he is. And as you can see above his head, that's the amount of turns he has here. Generally, when I solo, I try to go into summon right away to maximize how much I can do. Gonna set that up for Kurasame because Layle's gonna get a launch off anyway. And this sets up Kurasame to go in with his EX, which will do a little bit more damage. And there we go. Finished them off in the summon. And from here on, it's basically just dealing with the Chaos version of the Sharks, who are a bit of a problem if you aren't well versed in what they do. They're fairly bulky for a Chaos level enemy. Though they aren't too much of a problem until they turn red, at which point they will basically become real big jerks. Because when they're red, if they end up breaking you, they'll do an HP attack right after, which will likely kill you. And they turned red, so I'm gonna have to try to make sure my Kurasame stays batteried. I do recommend at least bringing in some strong units for this, because they, even in the Chaos, they have some strong reductions going on. Like, I believe they have 80%, I believe brave damage reduction? I forget what kind of reduction it is, but it gets pretty hefty. Though much of that is avoided with this team just because of how much it's battering. The one thing to keep in mind is I do not believe they will activate the follow-up HP attack off an all attack. Though it's still a good thing not to get broken by that. It's a lot easier to not be broken by it, honestly, because that attack's a singular hit. Since I'm soloing here, I tend to try to take one out before the other. Just to make things a little bit easier. That is probably the most dangerous attack they have, because that hits around 3 or 4 times, and it tends to battery them a little bit, I think. Thankfully, they don't have a mechanic, at least I don't believe so, that the lufenia does, in which they will just become highly resistant to HP damage in general until you do like 150,000 damage during a launch. Which is as nutty as it sounds. If you get caught in a bad setup, they can be stuck in that for a little while. And there's the Kurosame, I know. Just brave attack there to make sure I take this. Sorry. Yeah, this is taking a while. But it should be about finished now. And there we go. As you can see, it takes a little while, but it's perfectly able to be soloed with some decent units. Of course, it's a lot easier if you have a burst with you. And when you're playing with other people, I do kind of suggest playing with actual people, because a lot of the randoms are, for lack of a better word, not playing with all their marbles in this event. I've had quite a few people let Gilgamesh get away. When that timer ticks down to 0, he just hops away and leaves, taking any tokens he would give with him. So that's not great. But if you're not going to be trying the the burst or summon method for taking him out. He's not too easy to take out in that time limit, unless you have a team of 3 Tifas who know what they're actually doing. But either way, that's what I wanted to show off with this. It's still going to be going on for a little while. I believe the community has reached all the targets so far, but they're still meriting farming tokens from him. I know some people like to put these things off till the last minute too, so I figured this might do something. Either way, see you in the next video, which will likely be for the upcoming Lost Chapter banner. But I'll see you there.